entering a crucial 2-week block in terms of the championship itself and the ongoing work within the squad. What way do you divide the focus in terms of, is it largely the performance in the table and securing as good a Six Nations finish as possible, or is it as much on looking at those areas that you're looking to constantly improve upon, or perhaps where you've not fully reached the heights tactically that you might have wanted of yourselves?
No, I think we're definitely feeling that we've bigger picture things in terms of placing in the tournament hasn't come to light this week at all. I'm not just saying that, it hasn't. Just concentrating on our previous performance, what we can do better from that, what else we're going to get from the opposition, what difference of style of play we're going to get from them, and that'll vary massively over the next 2 weeks. So we have to kind of take it, cliche, game by game, if you like. So this week we've had a really good week's prep, good couple of big training days, and we're looking forward to getting into them at the weekend.
What are the particular areas then that Scotland, the threats they pose, that perhaps differ from what it is you've experienced so far over the opening couple of rounds?
Well, I think they have a massive counter-attack threat. They have substantial breakdown threats as well. So from those two areas, just two of the areas that we've looked at and worked on, we need to be making sure that when we do turn over the ball, players like Finn Russell and Hogg, those guys, we all know them because they're so good at it. We need to make sure that we're shutting those guys down early, making sure that they don't get a lifeline into the game through that, and breakdown threats as well. They've got guys who can poach the whole way through their pack and backline too, so their turnover threats are going to be huge for us. Again, that'll negate their counter-attack game, but we need to be making sure that we're real nailed on in our breakdown area there, especially in attack.
Hi Ian, hope you're well. Just wondered about, I know it's been talked about a lot this campaign about the quiet men of Ireland starting to find their voice again. I know Johnny talked about that. Do you feel that you have found your voice more in this campaign than any other? Obviously the captaincy came this campaign, but do you feel that you have more of a voice now within the side?
I think what Faz has done, he's asked guys to be more vocal. He's asked everyone to be more themselves. He wants people to talk more. He's making an environment where it's more possible for guys to find their voice, and I think in doing that, naturally, there's been a lot of people have come to the forefront in sort of their leadership skills, if you like. I think he's really nurtured that environment for that to happen, and every campaign and weeks in the campaign you see it progressing more, and it's good to see. You see guys sharing each other's knowledge so that for the good of the team, if you like, so that everyone else is getting better, and I think that maybe before guys mightn't have pitched up and given their insights, but we're in such an intense environment, and everyone in this environment is so skilled at what they do that we need to be feeding off each other. So it's great to see the management creating this environment where we can do that, and I think Andy Farrell's done an excellent job with that.
And just on one of the other coaches, Paul O'Connell, what have you learned from him over these last few weeks?
Yeah, Paulie's come in. Obviously, I played a good bit with Paulie and knew what he was like, and from a player to a coach, he hasn't really changed a huge amount. Still massive in his detail and his intent that he wants everyone to bring to everything, and obviously he gets everyone behind him. I think that's something that he's really brought in. He's, as I've said before, he's really highlighting things that we might have been letting slip, making sure that guys are keeping up to standards, whether that could be with line out or breakdown or even around the place. And it's something that when you've been in the environment like we had for a few campaigns, it's easy for things to go by the wayside, and a fresh set of eyes coming in, he's really lifted everyone up in terms of those sort of standards. So it's great to have him in for that, and I think everyone who's in here would agree that they've seen the impact.
Thanks, Ian. Have a good week.
Hi, you started alongside James Ryan in Rome, and obviously it was Tyke Byrne you were alongside against Wales and France. Does your role change much depending on who's beside you in the second row? And can I just ask you to maybe compare and contrast the different strengths that Tig and James bring?
Personally, no, I don't think. I don't think my role changes massively. There's obviously the game against France. I was captain, so maybe a slight variation in role there in terms of a slight variation in leadership, I suppose. To compare and contrast them, I suppose it's difficult to kind of just pull something out of nowhere. But Tig obviously plays a lot more like a 6, whereas James will play a lot more like a second row, like a good hard working but yet still incredibly dynamic second row. We've seen obviously Tig playing in the back row numerous times, and does an incredible job. But I enjoy playing with both of them on the field at once, to be honest. I think they complement each other very well in terms of having working well in the defensive line together. Even to have them both in the attacking line is very beneficial. But also around the park, Tig playing in that sort of a 6 role, the kind of, not the cheese isn't athletic, the faster, wider channels, more athletic, sort of lock, if you like, and then cheese in the other version.